Good Friday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majewski Studios with your Talkin Live weekend forecast update here on your May the 30th, 2026. Boy, it's hard to believe we're already through another month, and it looks a little damp out there for the weekend going for tonight and for parts of Saturday. Sunday, I think, might not be all that bad, and then we got looks like a complex of storms that may kind of racing here on Monday. So we're going to break it all down for you. Plus, we get a little bit of break from the humidity toward the middle of next week. Now, before we get rolling into this full report, if you're new here to the Talkin Live Broadcast Channel Facebook page, please give us a follow. And if you happen to be watching over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. But more importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future weather updates. Because if you don't, well, YouTube's not going to let you know we've updated our forecast. So anyway, let's get into this live update here as we're looking at, again, a good-looking afternoon except for the clouds. We'd like to see a little more sunshine, something we've not seen a whole lot of in recent days, but definitely cloudy. We do have some rains in the area. Looking over toward Helen, it's 80 degrees with overcast skies there as well. For today, a little hazy out there across North Georgia. And we're going to need the umbrella, especially later today, the way things are currently looking. Now, you currently see some of the showers starting to erupt out there across portions of northwest Georgia. A little thunder and lightning down here. Some little light showers across East Tennessee. And this is generally going to be on the increase here as we go in forward tonight and into tomorrow morning. Now, satellite picture, you clearly see some sort of boundary here kind of rotated through, a little upper level feature hanging up back here. So we're pumping in the moisture here across East Tennessee and North Georgia. So definitely going to remain a bit unsettled here for this evening and going in for tomorrow. There's also an old frontal boundary that's kind of sitting here as well. So that'll just act as additional trigger mechanism here for some of the showers and storms. Now, the good news is with this whole thing, we're not expecting any severe weather, folks. That's the good news here. Just a general thunderstorm threat here for today, tomorrow, and into Sunday. So the next 3 days, this is today's outlook going into Saturday, going into Sunday, just general thunderstorm. Don't have to worry about severe weather. But some of these storms will produce some brief heavy rain. So just watch out for that and maybe occasional little gusty winds, but not severe criteria. So good news on that front. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the latest forecast model. We're looking at the Rapid Refresh Forecast System model. This is kind of a radar representation of what we expect things to kind of develop. You clearly got a boundary sitting right through here. It's showing up very nicely on the model. So as we go forward here, again, looking at tonight, it's damp, it's wet. I just got to keep that umbrella handy here. And it looks like this is going to linger probably into your Saturday here. Still seeing the rains kind of around in here. But it does tapering off here by the time we get into tomorrow afternoon. So that high rain chance will probably burn mostly in the day. And you guys get some more stuff that's firing up there in the afternoon. And then it looks like Sunday we get a little bit of a break. But the European model does keep a little rain in. So we're going to keep a chance in there on Sunday. And then look what happens here on Monday. Look what happens here on Monday as we go into Monday. We got a complex of these storms racing down from the south. So this looks like a multicellular system dropping southward here. We are getting to that time of year. And could be some gusty winds and some storms with that one. That's clearly something to watch closely as we go into next week. Of course, we have the weekend to watch that, and we'll see what happens. Now, as far as the rainfall amounts are concerned, definitely enhanced right along that boundary through next week. So watch out for some heavy rains. You can see some localized areas up to 1 to 2 inches here as this moves on through. And as far as the temperatures are concerned, well, we're going to start off muggy once again, upper 60s and 70s here on your Saturday morning. And then as we go into the afternoon, upper 70s, low 80s, that kind of thing all across East Tennessee and North Georgia. At least we're not sweltering in the 90s here for your Saturday. All right, let's look at our forecast maps. Again, I want you to watch the little timestamp there in yellow. This is from our friends over at the National Weather Service. They put these together. And as we go into your Saturday morning, definitely unsettled. I mean, just a lot of this. We got a backdoor front that's going to try to come down in here as we go through the weekend. So as we go late today on Saturday, looks like we start to see things dry out. Sunday, again, we're going to keep a chance of rain in the forecast, but not a washout. Definitely Saturday's a better chance for rain, and it does appear to be earlier in the day. Going into Monday, still unsettled, as we just showed you. We got that complex of storms we may have to watch for Monday. Tuesday, I'm taking the rain chance out. I think Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're going to be pretty nice. We got this nice high pressure here building here coming into the north, and that's going to bring in some lower humidity too, by the way. So overnight lows are going to feel pretty comfortable for a couple of days. And then we'll see what happens down here going to Thursday and Friday. The European overnight was kind of hitting at some moisture, kind of working its way back up this way going into Thursday and Friday. So day 6 and 7 forecast, to be determined. We'll see what happens with that as we go in toward the end of next week. So here's our forecast again for tonight going into tomorrow. It looks like 81-66 there in Chattanooga. Rain's likely, but it looks predominantly for the morning. I think we taper it off a little bit by the afternoon, so keep that in mind. Best rain chance looks definitely for tonight, and a few thunderstorms with that. Everybody's lows here generally in the 60s across our area, and daytime highs tomorrow, upper 70s and low 80s, as we just showed you there on the model. Regionally looking like this: 82 in Nashville, 89 in Jackson, as well as Mobile with some scattered storms, 85 in Savannah, 80 over into Charlotte. And the next 7 days, here we go. Again, we got a chance of thunderstorms on Sunday, which that might even come down a little bit depending on how the models update through the weekend. And then we got to watch for that complex of storms. Looks like Monday will be late in the day on that, 83-62. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, look at those overnight lows, down around 60. That's going to feel pretty comfortable there. And Thursday, Friday, we'll see what happens on those 2 days here, depending on what. Right now, I'm pulling 40%, assuming we get a little moisture come back up our way. But I think day 6 and 7 forecasts are subject to change, so just keep that in mind. Now, with the rain threat coming at us here, hey, we want to go ahead and have you go ahead and download our free weather app. This is sponsored by our friends at Roof It Forward. Okay, so just go ahead and download that out. The Apple Store is right there on top at the QR code right there. And the Google Play's down on the bottom for you Android users. This is a great app. I'm telling you, it's one of the best in the business. It's going to alert you when there's rain nearby or approaching your area, alert you about lightning nearby. It's going to give you an hour-by-hour forecast. It'll give you severe weather alerts, a future cast, so it kind of shows you where things are going over the next hour. Great tool. Go ahead and download that and make that part of your weather toolbox and keep you safe and alert out there. All right, that is y'all's Talkin Live Weekend Forecast Update. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Again, make sure you give us a follow on Facebook and over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you'll alert on all future updates. All right, that's it for now. Y'all be good, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you in June. Bye-bye.